Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's time for a Fishroom update. And since the last update, Magnus and Beast spawned. It's been 6 months since their last spawn. I'll see if I can get close enough here to show you some of the free swimmers without him getting too upset with me. There's probably 150 down there. I don't want to get them too amped up, so I'm just going to keep my distance here. But yeah, it's been a while since their last spawn. I'm pretty excited about it. It's been well over a year since I've gotten any fry from them, so it's pretty exciting stuff. So I will be raising some of those. I'm going to leave those fry that are in there, give her something to do. Plus, he seems to leave her alone quite a bit more when she has fry, so I'm just going to leave it at that. I've already pulled some, and we'll get to them later on in the video. But yeah, I'm excited to finally get a spawn again out of these guys. It's been such a long time. I didn't think they ever would. But it's good. He's got a few bumps and bruises on him from her. He must have gotten too close to the fry a few times. As you can see, his pectoral fin there is kind of chewed up, and he's got a scrape on the top of his head, one on the bottom of his lip there, and one scale looks like missing on the top of his body there. But she will protect her fry, and she doesn't care who it is. So, and she's no slouch either at 16 inches or so, maybe a little bigger than that. So she means business when it comes to protecting her fry, that's for sure. We'll move over here to Orion. Sorry for the quick turnaround there. This pair is doing really well. There's still fry in the tank. From a couple spawns ago, she actually spawned a couple weeks ago with these fry in there, and of course they ate the eggs. She just lets them, so that's fine with me, because I don't need any more fry. I just like watching the pair. I don't have them for breeding, so it's just fun to watch them. He's doing really well, and she's also doing well. But yeah, that's this pair. They're doing really good. He's his grumpy self, of course. Here, get a little trademark Orion shot here, maybe. There you go. Alright, we'll move over here to Optimus and Matrix. This pair is doing really well. I'm sure she's getting ready to spawn again. I think the last video they had either wigglers or just free swimmers. That whole spawn disappeared. I'm sure they got sucked up into the filter or something. So they're probably getting ready to spawn again. I see his tube is down. We'll see if we can get a little shot of her here without him hamming up the camera here. I do see some, when I'm in here doing maintenance, I do see some fry floating or swimming around in here. But they're very few and far between. I'm sure she'll be getting ready to lay eggs again soon. Here's Optimus. Now, of course, if any of you don't know, Optimus is from Magnus and Beast. That pair, Magnus and Beast, seem to kind of outpunt their coverage, if you will, with their offspring. They seem to produce better offspring than they actually are. I mean, I hope that makes sense. Buddy Holland actually told me that the other day, and I completely agree with him on that. They do make some really nice babies. And she is from My old male Thor and Gage's female, whatever the heck her, she doesn't have a name, I'm sure. Nobody's ever seen her. The mystery fish, the mystery female down there at his farm. But yeah, moving on. I got the Labyrinth's tank. I got those guys in here. I got a few plants, some fake plants to put in there. I'm going to be looking for a nice piece of driftwood to put in this tank as well. There's one male right here in the center. Gets the tar kicked out of him on a daily basis. It's funny, I had these guys in a smaller tank. Never any aggression issues. As soon as I put them in this bigger tank, now I have a problem, at least with this one male. So I'll keep an eye on him. I'll probably have to pull him out and move him elsewhere. But see if we can get up. These are actually the fish that were in that 125 on the floor that you could never ever see. And now that I moved them up off the floor, they're out all the time. Yep, just like this. I mean, I can walk up in front, they're out. It's great. So yeah, excited about this group. I'm gonna move down here to Enigma. Enigma is Thor and Beast line. This female here is the female that I had originally gotten with Loki forever ago. My son had her too. For a long time she was with Hyperion. And then after the move, things got kind of screwed up with what female went in what tank. I think I went over that a few hundred updates ago, but it's kind of an old story. But anyway, this pair has spawned once in here. No fry from it. But they're both doing very well, growing. I keep their water very clean. As you can see, he's all kinds of freckles. She's no slouch either. She's a very nice looking fish. And we'll move in the other room here. These are the Optimus Matrix growouts. Really nothing's changed in here. I did sell, I think, was 6, 7 of them I think I sent out. But yeah, they're doing good. I got one that's bigger than the rest here. This one actually kind of hunts down the smaller ones, takes care of the weaker ones for me, which is nice. That's about it for that tank. It's just kind of a grow out tank, nothing special. Down here we've got Freya and Azrael. He's coming into this picture here. They spawned. There are some fry in that pot. She has tried to bury them, it looks like, in gravel, which I've seen happen before. Some females will do that and they'll actually end up killing their babies that way. I was able to siphon some of the fry out though, so we're good to go. It wasn't very many, it was only probably 20 tops. This pair, I gotta plug this heater back in. This pair will make ultimate blues. For what it's worth, doesn't really make much difference to me, but I did pull some fry, so I will be growing those out. See what they turn into. But I'll try to show them. They're in a fry tank. It's not lit, so hopefully you'll be able to see them. If not, they're just little baby fry. We've all seen them before, but they don't look like much right now anyway. But she's a stunning female, and she's in breeding dress. She's very thick and tall. We'll move on over to the next tank here. Got Samson down here doing his thing, hiding in his cave, in his little fortress of solitude there. Not much to see. Here's my extra, I believe is a male Midas. This is the one that got the crab kicked out of it upstairs with the other two Midas. Moved it down here. Next thing you know, it's got this really bad attitude. It's super cool fish. It does hide a lot, but it doesn't like me trying to get pictures of it, which kind of sucks, but it goes and hides underneath that tile every time I try to take any pictures. But nice looking Midas. Don't know if it's a male or a female. I was just guessing by how it was treated upstairs by the one that I'm really sure is a male, that this one here is also a male. Next door to them is the Rivulatus pair, Odysseus and Penelope. They're doing very well. They spawned, I think, right around that last update. I was lazy and didn't pull any fry, so we'll have to wait for next time. But yeah, he's doing really well. That's the lion's eye grow out. That's my only lion's eye I got left. Looks like he's been a little pesky, and he's got her hiding underneath the sponge filter there. Maybe she'll come out. Right in between the rocks right there, you can see it moving, is a clown pleco. I've had that thing for like a year. I just don't ever film it because you don't ever see it. But yeah, there's a little clown pleco in there. Looks like he's getting a little frisky, like he wants to spawn. Kind of shredding her a little bit. I might have to bail her out. So up above here are the Centrarchus. They're growing very rapidly, getting pretty big. There are some festae in there. You can see one in the back. It's probably the biggest one. It's kind of weird, they're just not growing. I'm not sure what the deal is. I mean, they get the same water change schedule as everything else, same food as everything else. These Centrarchus are growing, but those festae are not. Guess we'll just kind of, if I can get rid of some of these fry that I got sitting around, I can move these into a bigger tank. But they're nice looking. They're kind of weird. They got, you know, black on their lips and stuff. It's kind of interesting. It's like a pigmentation issue, but they could grow out of that too. We'll see. Over here, ooh, got the L200. Green Phantom is out. Might as well film that thing while we got a chance. There it goes. These are just some more growouts, of course. Got a few that are growing pretty large. They do not like the camera though. We'll move on down here to Grimlock. See if we can get him down here in the light a little bit so we can see him. He's just wanting to eat. But Grimlock is a Loki baby. Loki male. Nice and tall. Nice big freckles. He's pretty nice blues. He's going to be great when he gets to be about 14, 15 inches. I'm sure he'll be pretty neat looking. Looks like he's wanting to spawn there. She's in here. She's a great looking female. Tons of freckles on this one. You can kind of make them out in there briefly. See if she can come out. We can get her through there so we can see her freckles a little bit. I don't really give her too much airtime. And then down below there are a whole bunch of more growouts. We won't spend too much time on them. They look just like all the other ones. There's a whole pile of them. Down below here is my Heterospillis pair. They have spawned, and there are wigglers in the back of that pot. So you'll be able to see these guys in breeding dress now. Very stunning fish. There's fry, but there's not a ton. There's probably, I don't know, maybe 50 looks like back there. It's kind of hard to tell because they're so far back there, but she will not leave that pot. She watches them like a hawk, and they get too far away from the pile, she picks them up and spits them back into the pile. So she's a good mama so far. But yeah, pretty excited about this pair. Well, he's flaring at the camera and stuff. He's pretty neat. Yeah. Up above here are some new fish I've got, I just got in a week or two ago. There's some Therichthys maculopinus. You can see one right there in the middle of the screen. I think there's 6 of those. I lost one almost right away. Of course, it was the biggest one. And then there's also some Regani in there. I believe the Regani are in the Mascahiros now. They're not Vieja anymore. I believe they're Mascahiros. So it's going to be fun to watch these grow. I've got a couple with split fins. Regani are notorious for fins splitting and never growing back, just like Argentea are. So those will not be keepers for me. I need one with perfect fins for taking pictures of. That's the sole purpose of getting these. It wasn't to spawn them, it was just for photography purposes. But we'll get to follow these guys as they grow and mature. Hopefully you guys will follow along with me on their journey. And we'll move along here. Down in the bottom, you can see them kind of scattered around. Those are the Beanie. They're doing really well. I've only lost one. So there should be 19 of them in there. Looks like they're growing. I try not to, I go in there and do, I vacuum off the bottom and stuff, but very rarely am I in there to keep their stress level down. Seems to be working very well so far. So yeah, unfortunately we won't get to look at those until they're larger and I take them out of that tub. Here's my other group of Labradans. This is the big bull male here. I believe, unless there's a bigger one in that tube that he just went in. Never saw any spawning out of that female that there's another male in there. There's 2. One might be bigger than the other. Never saw any spawning activity out of that pair that when we caught that on the last video. Nothing ever came of that. Oh yeah, this is not the man in charge. This guy here is. But yeah, these guys are doing good. Down below are the Haitiensis growouts from my buddy Brian Franklin. I'm super happy with these fish. They're growing like weeds. There's one in here. I believe it's this one right there. It does darken up on occasion, almost jet black, so I'm guessing that's going to be a female. It's kind of changing color right now as we talk about it. You can see it darkening up. There we go. You can see how quickly they change. Yeah, super cool. Very glad to have them. You can see there's a few runts in there. They'll be weeded out, I'm sure, by the others. But yeah, like I said, super happy about this group. Very exciting. Over here we've got some more Umbi growouts. These are from Warpaint. Warpaint was a Magnus and Beast. So be interesting to see what these ones turn out like. I'm assuming they're going to turn out very similar to Optimus, since how Optimus is Warpaint's brother. In the tank next to him, I'll try to put a light over here. You can see these are all the Magnus fry. There's probably about 800 to 1,000 in here. I'm doing water changes on this tank every single day. Feeding them nano krill in gel form. Working good. Up above is the Dovi growouts. Still got them. And then up here are the, I didn't figure we'd see them, but you can kind of maybe see them through the tank back there. You might be able to see a couple, but they're just itty bitties. Those are the ultimate blues. But yeah, that's about it for this update. I just want to thank everybody for following along with my channel and commenting on my videos. I really appreciate that. I try to stay very active, commenting back, try to answer back everybody's comments. I do appreciate everybody liking, commenting. I really appreciate that. Make sure you stop by, if you're on Facebook, stop by the Aquatic Support community. Join the group. It's a really good group. Please give a like to the Aquatic Support Systems Facebook page. And also be sure to check out all the Team Aquatic Support members. The links will be in the description below the video here. And as always, thank you so much for watching. And I'll catch you all on the next update. Alright guys, here's an update on the 125 with the Midas and the loaches. Everybody's out and about here. Haven't fed anybody yet, so everybody should be front and center hopefully on this update. This guy seems to be getting a little more white to him now. Great looking fish though, I really enjoy him. Except for when he splashes water all over the floor when I feed him. And this other one here I'm thinking this is a female here. Let's see if I can get over here. There we go. Not 100% sure though, I haven't vended it, so I'm just going off of the way that the other one treats it. It does chase it, but doesn't try to kill it. So I'm assuming that that's a female. Pretty looking fish. And here's some of the loaches. Alright, we'll go back to the rest of the update.